guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Farscape. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 14 of season 1 of Farscape, and I'm excited for this one because I've seen the little thumbnail here on Peacock and the name. Jeremiah Crichton, and he's got a beard. I normally try not to look at that. I just like flip through it, but I had to actually scroll through it for some reason. It had moved, so I saw. So I'm excited. I'm excited because one, it's probably going to be very Crichton focused, which he my fave. And why has he got a beard? What's happening there? I try not to read the descriptions or anything like that, so I haven't read that, but the title name jumped out at me. I don't know what that means. But after the last episode, I think 12 and 13 were reversed, because it did seem in the last episode that Aaron was a little cold to Crichton, even after what happened in the previous episode. So I think those were switched. Last one was not my favorite. And I think it's because, when it comes to the Delvians and with Zan and the Pau, it's kind of like this mystic thing that I don't really understand, the depth of it, but I do understand now what she had done. And I will say that I'm kind of proud of her. She killed somebody that she thought was responsible for a lot of deaths and was responsible for a lot of deaths. And it was changing the tide, or the Delvians' world, for forever. And she was very much in love with this person, but very much had to destroy him. And then, she was kind of full of this rage for a long time. And it wasn't just necessarily because of that, but giving into that darkness, allowed it to come back out. And I think that, and this is what I got from it, she was able to fight the insanity and get through that. And that's what they wanted on that planet. I forgot the chick's name. I don't know if she's really relevant or if it's important, but I was just being able to fight that would be amazing. But I do think that what I didn't like was it felt like they were trying to take Zan's power, utilize it so they would no longer go insane, and then spread it to the rest of the places where the Delvians were, because they were on asteroids in different places, and overthrow the part of the government that was more conservative. It was really interesting that they were more conservative, more liberal. It was a political assassination. And I was like, wow, that's, I guess I shouldn't do that because it was, it's relatively relevant right now, in these times. But I didn't understand because it seemed like they were stuck there. They didn't want to go anywhere and that they couldn't leave. So I don't know really what she was going to do with that information other than help the people that were there. And maybe it's to if she could duplicate a pregnant Leviathan, call, sound, yo girl, let's get together and have a pregnant mom date. I don't know. I felt like I was kind of lost in the information a little bit. And I don't know if that's because of the switch. I don't think so necessarily, but I was just I was why am I not holding on to a lot of this information? And it felt very disconnected. I felt disconnected from that episode. So I do think that the Delvian power being able to jump into Aaron's mind and John's mind, Dargo's mind, and really messing with them. With Rigel, it was kind of a little bit funny, but that's dark, especially the things that happened to John and seeing Alex and he's I didn't propose to you. And then it's just he all of a sudden has this vision of her and him getting married. That's such a cruel thing. But I do like that they had at the end where he didn't remember anything. And I don't know if he just didn't remember joining with Zan or if it was he also doesn't remember Alex. And if he doesn't remember Alex, that's great. That is a kindness, I think, giving him fake memories. And I think for all of them, giving them fake memories or controlling their minds to see something that isn't there, that's cruel. And I think them not remembering is actually a kindness. So, but we did learn that because Zan did, I keep wanting to say mind meld, because it's kind of I was like, I'm getting hints of Star Trek. But Zan picked up the whole mind jump creative storytelling in someone's mind. So I think Zan, we're going to see that in the future, and that'll be interesting. Because I think Zan, if she's a kind, loving, calm person, the way John saw her and the way she has been with him, she's been very empathetic and warm with him. And, you know, if she's that person, you know, she would only use it like if she absolutely needed to. But if she like tapped into that rage again, I'm sure she could do a lot of damage. And I don't know what to think of that. I don't know what to think of that at all. But I am really excited to get into this episode because Jeremiah Crichton seems like it's going to be a blast. I hope. I don't know. We'll find out what it's about. It'll probably make me cry. I do have tissues, just in case. As everyone has told me, keep tissues by, just in case. They're here every episode. Don't worry. I got tissues. And I know everyone's excited for episode 19. That I don't even know the title. I don't know like the thumbnail. I have not scrolled forward. I do know in a couple episodes we get the chick with the white hair. I'm excited about that because I've been waiting for that character for a while. Just because she's on all the posters. Or they. I don't know. I'll find out when I meet them. Okay, guys. I feel like I'm getting a little punchy, so let's get into it. I don't know what that was.
Pilot said that this blockage was a byproduct of Moya's pregnancy.
Isn't everything now
caused by you firing that chemical burning earth pod in the transport?
No, you don't have to worry about that. That was the last of my fuel. Totally dependent on your technology now.
Oh, it might be helpful.
Technology, it's Leviathan technology.
Fargo, you're into the universe. It's your technology.
There you go. Jeez, John. But
sure as hell ain't mine.
that's frustrating. Sorry, John.
Oh, John. You're fed up. Does that mean that you've had too many food cubes today? It was vaguely amusing the first 6 billion times.
Something clearly is troubling you, John.
Yes, clearly.
So what? So you're gonna help?
Yes.
Maybe. Before, when you were a priest, you resigned.
John.
I'm going for a drive. I'm hitting the strip. I'm going cruising.
He's got to get out. Did he bring like some like music?
I'm sick of Napoleon the 14th. I'm sick of Blue. I'm sick of Tentacle Boy. And guess what? I'm sick of you.
Napoleon 14th.
I'm sick of this whole turd bend of the universe.
What the hell, dude? Poor John, you're going through it, but like, I thought you were out of fuel. How are you still flying?
Moya is experiencing an extreme increase in her amnexus systems.
She senses that her fetus is at risk.
That means she's going
Prepare
to...
for immediate starburst.
Oh, John!
Pilot, get him back on board.
No time.
You guys are bugging out on me?
No, not on purpose.
Starburst.
I love them. I think they're stunning, but I don't want one right now. Oh, please don't mess up his ship. That is so stunning. It really is.
Oh, God, I am a dead man.
Yeah, the one time that he throws a little bit of a fit, he needs to get out. He's going through a lot, but that was bad timing. Oh, it's like, what is that? Castaway. I shouldn't laugh. He's the main character of the show. He's not gonna die. Nice beard. I mean, it's fake. I wish he had grown it out for real. Looks like Survivor, Castaway. I'm enjoying it. Did he get it? Holy crap! Oh, who's this?
I wasn't sure who to bet on. You were the Shakloon.
Shakloon. Who's your friend?
You share with me?
In a choir, the offering of food by a man to a woman signals his fondness for her.
Uh-oh. How long has he been here?
How do you take it? Boiled or barbecued?
I mean, if he thinks that he's dead, he moved on.
What's that?
It is a map of the sky. It is a gift for you.
Oh, the Shala,
Lishala. She's so pretty.
Thought you might show me where your homeworld is.
I bet you he would love to do that.
Well, let's see.
If it's here, my homeworld is
On this map,
way out there.
right about
Is he gonna throw the rock? Yeah.
there.
Seems accurate.
Your father demands you return to the village.
Is it my father that demands it or you, Rokan?
When would you ever do as I demand?
When you learn to ask nicely. You can teach him that.
John is the, like, perfect example of a good man. And a good-looking man. I am not upset about this episode at all.
You know you'll never go home.
That's not true.
Not from Aquara.
You're probably right. But this is the first place I've been that makes me feel I can live with that.
Oh. I mean, it's if you were going to crash on a planet, this is the one. So we're on I already forgot the name of the damn planet. Aquana?
So, another green planet in yet another unnamed system.
They couldn't, like, track back to where they were?
Moya's starburst data says that this planet is on an exact reverse trajectory.
Oh,
Along
that's
with every
good.
other system we've been through in the last quarter of a cycle. Whatever happened to John is his own doing. He shouldn't have left Moya in the time of crisis.
Drove him to it.
Whoa.
All of us.
Whoa.
So cold.
We all grow weary of this search, and it places us in greater danger of being discovered by the
A
peacekeepers.
swap between her and Dargo.
The only reason this search still drags on is because of the guilt in your own hearts.
My hearts are private places. Stay out of them.
Aaron, you have a voice in this too.
Of course Aaron wants to find Crichton.
Fine, I say we keep looking. For now. There will come a time where we may have to acknowledge that Crichton has met his destiny and we are just not part of it.
Then I will wait for you to tell me when to abandon the search. When we abandon Crichton.
What happened now that, like, Dargo is this, like, super empathetic guy? I'm so proud of him. What a nice switch. Yeah, you know what? If I was going to be abandoned on a planet, this is nice. This slaps. I like it. They couldn't give John a loincloth or something? They left him in those pants? Was he doing a lightsaber? I like this little village.
Aloe Masada.
Aloe Masata. You learn our ways, John Crichton.
Oh, they're not so different from my own.
Go. I
Ooh.
want to talk in private.
Is Lashala his daughter? Would you like to marry my daughter?
Sit.
Beside you,
It's a privilege awarded only to my best hunters.
Oh.
I wouldn't wish to dishonor them.
Oh.
But by refusing, you dishonor me.
Sit down. Just sit down. Don't fight it. Son-in-law! Where's my lip balm?
So, you said we have much to discuss.
Yeah, or someone.
For instance, the impulsive flights of my daughter's heart. You see the way she comes alive when she looks at you?
When I look at her, I see a friend.
Oh.
Amongst our people, it is the female who chooses which male she will mate with for life.
He's not part of you people.
Maybe out of your hands, my dear Crichton.
Oh boy.
It appears the Grandier has invited the stranger to sit beside him. When was the last time he invited you?
Don't make him upset.
It is obvious Lashala feels coolé for the stranger, and now he sits in your rightful place.
I am not blind, Mother.
Oh, not blind.
You are a meddlesome woman.
You are part of the Crichton lineage, and someday you could be Grandier of Aquara. I'm seeing to that, but only if you marry Lashala.
I want to marry her, but not for your reasons.
Oh.
How can I control the way she feels?
I'm talking about rule of all of this, and you can't even master the heart of one foolish girl.
I don't like you,
You
woman.
will do whatever is necessary to ensure that no one stands between you and our family's destiny.
Meddlesome!
Do you understand?
I think probably him and Lashala would be great. He just has to, like, you know, give her, like, a gift or flowers.
Pilot, we're heads up on the planet. We caught a glimpse of Crichton's module during our last pass.
Ooh.
I acknowledge, Dargo. Moya's having trouble pinpointing your signal. Can you activate your homing light so she can reconfirm this?
Oh boy.
Communication's been terminated. Another power loss.
Oh, Moya.
What happened?
Oh. No power on the planet at all? Oh, hopefully he's not in the mud. We know how much he loves mud.
Something's draining all power.
Yeah, like what? Like the planet? Something on the planet? Something that the tribe's doing? The Aquana?
I insist you wait for me.
Hurry up, Munchkin. I don't know what his little feet look like.
We didn't lose contact, Zan. Contact was severed. Dargo confirmed that he found Crichton's module. Then he was gone.
Which is why we must act quickly.
We're already down one transport pod. Let's not make it two.
They could need medical attention or even reinforcements, Aaron.
Zan, calm down. I don't think I've ever said that before.
You were a lot more agreeable as a peace-loving priest.
As I assume were you as a peacekeeper pilot.
I didn't give up my calling. You did.
It's like, please don't hurt her.
Do not go there.
Is that a threat?
I'm going to tell you once. There are lines that we should never cross. Now, I strongly suggest we concentrate on the problem at hand.
First rule of engagement. Before you go into battle, know your enemy.
Very true.
It is not a battle, Aaron. It is a rescue.
From what? There should be some sort of thermal register from the pod's propulsion systems, but there's nothing.
Well, then I suggest we find out why.
That's what she wants to do.
Fine. Because if we don't, we're all we have left.
She wants more information about the planet. She wants to understand why. I don't know. I don't understand why Zan is so like, hurry up, let's go. Oh God, what is this? You don't want this.
What's the deal?
Oh! I thought they stabbed him. Oh! Dargo! Warrior Dargo! Yeah! How the tides have turned to how I feel about Dargo. Oh, God. Crichton's just sitting there like, what's up, dude?
You smell like Dren. You look like Dren.
Get the hell away from me.
Yeah, you might want to explain where you guys have been.
And wherever you came from, go back.
You might want to explain what happened, Dargo. He's probably mad. He probably feels like he was abandoned. Oh, Nigel. His little feet!
Crichton, you're alive.
No thanks to you. You're out of here.
This isn't the happy reunion I'd planned on.
What did you expect?
Not after you abandoned me.
Is that what you really think happened?
You're the one. Practically sabotaged poor Moya.
I get a little stressed out, and the second I'm off the ship, you guys starburst the hell out of there.
Moya starburst on her own. Do you really think we abandoned you when we spent the last quarter of a cycle searching for you?
This whole time. The last 3 months.
They were looking for you.
You came back.
A lapse of sound judgment I'll regret for the rest of my life.
We'll all regret it if we don't deal with this negative power vortex.
It uses power, doesn't work.
Oh, we're stuck here? Oh.
Well,
No
mildly,
power,
until we figure out what's going on.
comforts, no defenses.
No comforts.
Sounds like paradise.
Yeah, maybe tap into some of that calmness, Zan.
Wake up, Zan.
I'm not sleeping. I'm increasing my work efficiency with the Delvian Wanted chat.
Great. She should teach me that.
Good. It's a topographic bioprint. Well, since Moya can't pick up any power signals from the planet, she's concentrating instead on biological markers. What we need to do is isolate the most highly developed organisms.
Oh, well, that rules out the three we're looking for. We need some kind of shielded power source, something that's hot enough to run their transport pod that can be built into a projectile. You locate the target, and I'll hit it.
Okay. I like those two working together after having kind of like that. Is that a threat from Aaron? Like, and she wasn't like intimidated at all. She was kind of like, what?
Since I left my home, I've been hunted, locked up, shanghaied, shot at. I've had alien creatures in my face, up my nose, down my pants.
Yeah.
This is the first time,
He said peace.
first place, where I found peace.
I'm one with John. His tiny little feet kill me.
Rokon believes that your heart strays my direction.
Perhaps he's right.
I know he's right.
You and I, that's no, that's not a good
The
idea.
shop. I don't blame her, but that's not what he wants.
You must go to my father at once and convince him that your friend Dargo is not a threat. I'll take you.
Dargo!
I'm just gonna leave Rigel there. Get a little baby Bjorn, carry Rigel.
This way.
It's an ambush. Could have told you that was gonna happen. Really? A net?
Let me go! Rokon!
She set us up.
No, she didn't. So shut up.
God, we're dependent on Rigel again!
I told you! They don't mean us any harm! Why won't you listen to me?
Oh no!
Let go of
Rigel, hide! Oh, well, they got Rigel, but they don't know they got Rigel. Why are they taking off his stuff?
You are charged with the crime of assault against the personal guards of the Grandier.
It's the stranger that disrupts our peace, and now his ally threatens our very safety.
The crime of assault against my personal guards carries the sentence of death.
Death? For assault?
Seize that! Here!
What is gonna happen when they reveal Rigel? It is him. Wait, what? Is that like their god or something? Wait, what? Oh, this is some C-3PO bullshit. What's happening? Stop! This is exactly what Rigel wants. He wants to be worshipped. Oh, that is delightful.
What the frell is going on?
I think you're God.
Mm-hmm.
Not a god, but a sovereign.
Oh, it's like you were made for this. Get him in a parade. A little parade of boats out in the lake. Delightful.
That's perfectly understandable. My empire included tens of thousands of planets and species. This simply must be one of them.
Oh, Rigel.
This Grandier's hut is really quite comfortable.
Shut up.
May we, Your Eminence?
May you what?
We're here to bathe you.
How delightful.
You may go.
Dismissed.
Oh
my God. He's like such a little weasel and such a little cute thing at the same time.
Oh, this is too much. Keep it coming. Oh.
It's too much. Keep it coming. You greedy little thing.
Excuse me, Your Eminence.
Oh, shoo.
That laugh.
Enter.
Oh, this is just icing on a cake.
Your loyal subjects preparing a little celebration for you. Where they officially accept you and you fulfill your part in the prophecy.
Which part of what prophecy?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to find out.
They're gonna sacrifice him or something, right?
Now, for my part in the prophecy, I shall require the sacred text.
The Timbala?
Yes, the Timbala.
It is written in the ancient language. There are very few who can read it. Only Crichton like myself, and of course, you.
Can you read it?
It's in the ancient Hynerian. I had a coterie of tutors all through my youth who did nothing but instruct me in the ancient language.
Can you read it?
I will try.
He just said it was in Hynerian. Can't he read Hynerian?
Are you immortal too, like the Masata? When were you gonna tell me?
Immortal? Oh, like a god. Never mind. I was like, Rigel can't die?
All our futures are different now. It is written in the prophecy.
Charlotte, what is the prophecy?
Yeah, what is the prophecy?
He is the Masata.
Okay.
After the celebration, she'll rise up and lead us to the light.
Wait, you think that Rigel is going to take you off this planet?
Whether we want to go or not.
Rigel is not a spiritual being. He doesn't have any special powers.
That's not true. We've worshipped his idol for generations.
I mean, like, if Moya just showed up all of a sudden, that'd be nuts, right?
If he does not prove himself the true Masata tonight, he will suffer a torturous death beyond any other. And so will you.
Well, he didn't come here claiming he was the Masada. They saw him and was like, you look like that guy that, like, is supposed to do this thing. Oh, you're not that guy? Well, you're dead to me. I don't know, like, whatever the negative power source thing is, like, maybe that gets released and then there's a light and then they all stay on the planet. I don't know.
They were colonists, sent out from my empire during the reign of Rigel X. They were meant to expand the influence of my people's monarchy. They were abandoned.
Oof.
Rigel X sent them here, then he...
What?
Whatever's causing the power drain across the planet, it's intentional.
To keep them
There's
there.
some sort of device that purposely keeps these people on this planet so that they can't learn of other cultures.
Why?
Can't be anything other than the blind followers of the family of Rigel.
That explains it.
Roger, look at them out there.
This is wild.
They aren't preparing for the return of a worldly king. They're preparing for the return of their savior.
Then we are frail.
Or we can find a way to get rid of the negative power source and give them power and give them the ability to travel and leave if they want, or stay. Because it seemed like Lashala did not want to leave. It's just like crazy that they're part of the Hynerian Empire. I was like, Rigel's not a god, but like, if the book was written in Hynerian, it's just wild. It's just wild.
Clear to launch. Now.
And destroy the negative power source.
We've lost her.
It's the power vortex. No signal,
Yeah.
no data, no contact. Now all we can do is wait.
And pray for a miracle.
That's what everyone on the planet's doing.
By the hand of the Masata shall he rise and lead us to the light.
Is he gonna do something and then that device...
A god! False god! He's not the Masata!
You guys are the ones that called him the Masada! Oh, I don't want anything to happen to Rigel. It's funny, last episode I'm like, space him! Now I'm like, oh wait, don't do that. Oh, I thought it was gonna be way bigger than that.
That's coordinates.
Yep, but I still don't know what... Like, are we looking for the negative power source, or am I just making this up?
When your ancestors first arrived at this planet, their starships functioned. But you've been lied to. First by those who left you here, and then by the priestess.
Uh-oh.
What you are saying is true. Then where is this device?
Yeah, I want to go find it.
I'm not entirely sure. The people from my ship just sent the coordinates. Just give me a chance to find it.
Why stabby stab? Why just like, give me a chance to find it? Oh, that equals a stab. How dare you ask me for time?
By the hand of the Masada shall he rise up and lead us to the light.
Oh! Rigel, put those little feet or hands on there.
Sparky, you're up.
Sparky! Oh wait, does that turn it off? No shit. Oh yay! I like his little feet, but he gotta tuck those things back. Kneel. Or go to jail. I don't know what they're gonna do.
The slug who would be king.
I would not have called that from just Jeremiah Crichton that Rigel would have been some deity to them at least.
And so you do not forget us. We've prepared you a special gift.
Chocolate jerky.
That's how you win him over, through his stomach.
Was it worth the trouble, human?
What trouble? Let's hit the road.
Oh, I wanted to see a reunion! You turkeys! Okay. I can't tell you that I thought that Jeremiah Crichton was going to be Rigel's a deity to this little village, this little displaced group of people. I mean, essentially abandoned by the Hynerians. I was gonna say Domnar? No, that's not right. There's a lot of names, a lot of alien names. So, you know, I don't blame Lashala at all for wanting a thing with Crichton. One, because he's just a good guy, you know, and Rokton, you know, he wasn't, I don't know the history of it, but it seemed like, you know, he wasn't like John in the sense of like, John's like pretty emotionally intelligent and he's like an overall good guy, and, you know, it's very hard to resist his charm, even though he's not trying to charm somebody. That guy's mom, the priestin. Oh, I did not expect Rigel to be like, I was like, what in the C-3PO is happening? Like the Ewoks all of a sudden just being like, oh, it's our god. I was just like, what the hell is happening? How delightful. How delightful. I never know how these episodes are gonna go. I really don't. You know, I get John being frustrated at the beginning. Him just kind of going on a snapping spree is very uncharacteristic. Normally, you know, I feel like there is like the deck that's on Moya that, you know, well, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't want to go there, because if she's twitching a little bit from being pregnant and, you know, she just randomly starbursts, I don't know what happens when you're on that deck. All of a sudden you're floating in space and you're like, shit. What happened? But, you know, like, I get him just, like, I do the same thing, like, well, not so much anymore, but, like, I sometimes would just be like, I just have to go for a drive. Or, like, being out here in Vegas, like, I have been known to, like, just go out into the desert and park, face a mountain, and listen to music for, like, an hour. You know, sometimes I just, like, need to, like, be somewhere else. And, like, I totally get it. And, like, him getting frustrated with, like, all of his surroundings and, you know, what's really interesting, though, is the switch in Zan and Dargo. And I get Zan. I understand Zan. I mean, I get why both of them were the way they were and who they are now. But it's very interesting that they are, like, now kind of polar opposites, where, like, Dargo, like, really, like for 3 months was searching for Crichton. And, you know, it seemed like Zan wanted to give up, and, like, I understand, like, when people want to go home, and maybe she's just like, it's been 3 months, we're not going to find him. And I really wanted to see that reunion at the end of this episode, and I'm really bummed that we didn't get that. But, you know, I understand John wanting to get out into space and kind of blow off a little bit of steam, but Moya is so unpredictable being pregnant, and her being able to randomly starburst is not good. Now, I know it had something to do without, like, you know, alleviating the pressure and all that, and John got frustrated and, you know, left, and it's kind of his own doing a little bit, and, like, but he couldn't have known that that's what was going to happen, is that she would spontaneously, you know, starburst and he'd be abandoned. If you're gonna find a place to be abandoned, not a bad planet. I mean, it very much like looked like a Castaway and or Survivor and or both. You know, but I could see how John would think that he was abandoned in that moment, especially not getting an explanation. But the thing that I love about John is that when he does get an explanation, he will own up to his part in it. He'll just be like, oops, you know, like. But, like, I love that Dargo was the one that was, like, heavily on, like, the accelerator of, like, let's find John, and then kind of, like, you know, turns to Aaron and says, like, as soon as you tell me that you're done searching, we'll be done searching. And it's kind of like him also showing, you know, sympathy to her, because he witnessed both of them together, because she's a Sebastian and, you know, was a peacekeeper. I can see how they butted heads in the beginning, but I think that over time, the more they've learned about each other, the more they've grown to care about each other. And, like, him seeing Crichton and Aaron together, and him not being able to be with his wife, obviously, because she's dead, but, like, you know, that being kind of, like, forbidden. Like, I think he doesn't want to deny two people that could possibly have love with each other to be together. And that's my read on it, because I think Dargo, like, as frustrating as I get with him, as frustrated as I get with him, and as frustrating as I feel sometimes with him, just because he's so quick to anger, and like because like me, I can't be around stuff like that. Like, I just can't. I'm like really loving like this side of him where he's not doing that. And I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, you can tell that I'm not still with it here. I don't know what's going on with my head today. It just feels a little wee. But what a great episode for that. And I like Dargo, like when he is now like on the planet and he sees people attacking Crichton, that his first instinct is to be a warrior to protect Crichton, but Crichton's just kind of like, hey, well, anyway, leave me alone. The same thing with like Rigel too. He's like, okay, you can leave, but when he gets the explanation, then he softens so much. But then like Rigel being this deity, even though, I mean, honestly, like I didn't know what, like how they were gonna like get rid of the power source, and like his little hands, that's what triggered it. That is very, what is that? Not Mission to Mars. Total Recall, like the little 3-hand thing, or was it that or something? It wasn't quite this, but it was like a 3-digit thing, whatever. Like I love that. And he's the one that releases the power, the negative power source. Fantastic episode. And like even like Rigel was like happy to see Crichton, and he wasn't like, he definitely was taking advantage of being considered a god, and he really loved it, but like he wasn't as smarmy as he normally is. He wasn't as like bow to me, my loyal subjects, and actually knowing that they are from the Hynerian like planet system, that like he like that he is the Domnar of them, and like those are in fact his subjects, which I hate saying that because like royalty is kind of an ick. Like these were his people and he helped them. That's amazing. Good job, Rigel. Good job, Rigel. And the fact that like he could have stayed and been taken care of, but he wanted to go back up on that ship. Like I know he wants to go and reclaim what he thinks is his, but I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of everybody. I really wanted that reunion. I do like that Zan and Aaron had to work together, because like when Zan kind of gets a little feisty and she says something to Aaron, and Aaron's like, is that a threat? Like, it's like Aaron's never intimidated by Zan. Like, she doesn't get worked up when somebody threatens her. Like, she's just very like, is that a threat? Like, what are you doing? Stop it. You know, it's where me, I'd be like, don't you threaten me, or I'd be like, oh god, I'll just shut up. I'm gonna go over here. Like I talk a big game. I don't know what I would do, quite frankly. But like Zan is like a lot feistier than she used to be. Totally get it, totally understand it. Her not wanting to be a priestess anymore, not practicing that. Like she doesn't have like her normal like decompression, I think, from it. So it's just like the only way that like she can really like let it out is to just like verbally attack sometimes, or like, you know, storm around, stomp around a little bit. It's not like really that bad, but it was just kind of like, wow, she's ready to just give up on Crichton. But it had been 3 months. So it's like, what is your time limit? But I like that they worked together and they figured it out together, along with Pilot. Pilot's always a help. But like, I think I like when we get pairings that we haven't had before and they work differently, because we've had Crichton and Dargo together and it wasn't exactly like a great pairing. And we know that Crichton and Aaron work great together, and that we've seen Crichton and Zan recently, you know, working together. But to see Zan and Aaron actually like work together to help their guys down on the planet, that was great. I really enjoyed that. I'd like to see more of that. Now, I don't know what's going to happen next, because obviously sometimes things don't lead into the next episode at all. But I don't know if it's going to start with a reunion or if we're just going to be reunited and act like it didn't happen. But I wanted a reunion. How do we get his ship up there? Maybe that's why we don't get a reunion, is because they didn't really know how to write that into a script. I mean, his ship was supposed to be out of fuel. He's like, well, my ship doesn't have any more fuel, so I need to use your technology. And he still flew out into space with the fuel that he apparently doesn't have, and then off a planet after he'd been there for 3 months, off of fuel. that apparently he doesn't have. So I don't really know what happened there. I don't know, but I do feel like the Peacekeepers, like when they were using the power for like the weapons, like, you know, different technology really will help Crichton, you know, get home, especially because he knows to use the solar flares? I forget what was it that kind of helped open up the wormhole, but I mean, he can't recreate it in that spot anyways until like 4 cycles or whatever, so that's kind of out of the question, but like it might give him ideas on how to do it in the future, especially if he is using some different technology to fire his ship. It might give him more speed, so then we don't have to really necessarily worry about, you know, the sunbursts, solar flares. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to the next episode. So guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 1 episode early? 2? Oh, I don't even know at this point. Are you guys still here? I feel like I'm lost. Not because of the episode, just in general. I feel like I've been a little off today, but I'm so happy that I watched this episode. I needed that laugh. I really did appreciate that. So guys, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think about it's happening again. What did you think about Rigel being a god? A deity, especially for these people, you know, definitely the Priestons, you know, I don't really know what her point was of deceiving everybody. She couldn't have stopped the negative energy thing without Rigel. I don't know, sometimes I don't get the writing on this show, but I mean, the entertainment value is there, but then there's other stuff where I'm like, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But I really did enjoy it, and I always have a laugh when, you know, it seems like Rigel, when he's front and center, he either infuriates me or he entertains me. And this time, he really entertained me, and I really enjoyed it. So guys, come back here for the next episode, and in the meantime, I'll see ya.